Audrey, it is great to have you with us here tonight.
It's great to be here. It's always nice to get up on the desk with you. It's the first time, actually.
Well, yes, it is nice. You know, sometimes you have to be the beacon of light guiding people, whether it be the players or the casters, just to lead us toward the better tomorrow that we wanted to see yesterday. That's how I always say it. Well, let's go into the event that we have today to show what our players will be competing in. This is NACE Rocket League, Boise State going up against Keyano. As we all know, it's kind of the standard 3v3 soccer, best of 5 competitive match, and with a golden goal sudden death. So pretty much the standard Rocket League that we are all well and known for. And I'm sure the Broncos will have their work cut out for them, but of course, here we go. Let me just say that it's not easy thinking up ways to guide our team like this, but let me just say, you need to set your play style, okay? You can't just pick up the controller and start mashing buttons. You need to set your play style, preferably a play style that is going to let you win. Then you need to understand your rotations. You need to rotate on the field, because if you're not rotating, then you're standing still. And a rolling stone gathers no moss, as a wise elder once told me. And then we have play to follow up, and of course, employ those sweaty comms. It's all brought to you by A Drop in Gaming, the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop in Gaming has the right games and competition for you. So we're ready to head into the first match. Boise State, actually we're joining this match in progress. Boise State going up against the Keyano Huskies. The Broncos versus the Huskies in this NACE match. Keyano's definitely a very tough team. CRL experience and already having 1-1 in this series. Boise State, can they claw themselves back?
Yeah, and as we get into the match here, we can already see that Keyano is ahead of Boise State by 1 point. We've got 3 minutes left on the clock, and currently Boise State is just trying to get a touch on the ball and get it towards Keyano's side.
An elevation up there from Vitali is going to send Instinct into the corner as he tries to answer that back. A pinch right toward the center of the field, plays it above Comp. Comp's actually going to be able to get a touch on that, playing it past Gill. This could be an opening for Keyano, but Boise State Durtho's able to intercept. He's going to play it himself with the double touch. Classic Durtho move, but it's not going to end in a goal quite yet unless another follow-up here. Gill puts the Broncos, equalizing it 2-2.
Yeah. Keyano is a tough match for Boise State, but we've gone against them quite a few times already this season. I believe we've been told 4 times, so this will be an interesting match as we are now tied even with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Ooh, Keyano got a nice shot there, beating Boise to the kickoff, but Gill was able to recover the ball and push it away from Boise State's goal, allowing Durtho to get a chance to get an aerial shot, but it was deflected as Instinct goes in, but it is narrowly deflected by Keyano.
Gill with a slight touch is going to set it up for Durtho, trying to dunk it down. Instinct not going to take the follow-up. Instead is going to wait for Volts to try to clear it out, then leave it over for Gill. A little bit of a touch in midfield as Vitali now tries to go against the Broncos. Instinct stops him, and it's stolen away by Volts, pushing it back into Bronco territory. Both these teams are pretty evenly matched, and a defuse situation there by Durtho to stop a shot on goal opportunity.
Instinct trying to get enough air to touch the ball, and he successfully does, but isn't quite able to land it as Comp goes for a shot on Boise State's goal, deflected by Durtho. As now Keyano is trying to recover the ball, Instinct is able to bounce it away from Boise State's goal right towards Volts, who is trying to set up a shot, unable to, so Comp tries to back him up. But it bounces off the top of the arena and isn't quite able to get where he wants it, allowing Boise State to try to get control of the ball. Looks like Volts is trying to go in once again.
Shot is going to be left by Durtho. He beats him to the punch for it, but it is not aimed at the goal. Bit of a tough angle for him to take, so it's going to be an opportunity for Comp to clear this back out. Gill answers it back with a pass to Durtho in mid. He beats him on the 50. Follow-up, shot on goal. All those plays, it bounces off the far post. Boise State still has to search for a goal to put themselves in the lead. Durtho might have found it here. The breakaway saved by Comp.
Instinct tries to get a touch on the ball to recover it, but is unable to, so Vitali launches it away. As Volts goes in for a shot, but it's not quite where he wants it, allowing Durtho to easily deflect it. So Comp tries going in with another dribble, but it goes right over his head. As Durtho's able to recover the ball, he brings it over to Keyano's side with 30 seconds left on the clock. Vitali tries to get it into the air for his teammates, but it's blocked by Durtho and Gil.
Shot by Vitali toward goal is stopped. Volts now is going to try to clear this unless Gil, he whips on that one, leaving it up for Durtho. Now a shot into mid. Can Boise State score a goal before the timer reaches 0? Score a buzzer beater. They have to keep it in the air now. It's going to be cleared back toward mid, and Boise State is going to be content to go into overtime.
The kickoff begins, and Durtho tries to go for the ball, but is just barely beaten by Vitali there. However, Gil is able to shake them up before they can take a good shot on goal, helping it go away from that. Gil launches it across the field. Volts, however, is there to intercept, allowing Vitali to try and set up a shot there. And as Comp is demoed, however, making it so their offensive is not quite what they were hoping, allowing Boise State to recover. Shot off the backboard by Vitali. Gil tries to intercept it, but Volts is there waiting. Durtho takes the ball up the field, but it is blocked by Volts, not allowing him to get the goal.
Comp is ready to take the ball and try to get a shot on goal. Gil is demoing Vitali. That could put a dent in Keyano's plans to score a goal. They're going to still punt one up with the 2 that's left. That's going to be enough for them. They win it in game number 2, driving themselves up overall to 2-0 in this match. But I'm sure Boise State can recover. You know, being the caring and compassionate coach I am, I don't hold any ill will to the Broncos if they underperform in one matter whatsoever. Play better! Okay, we are going to our next match, Boise State versus Keyano. Into game number 3, we'll see if Boise State can stage a rally in a reverse sweep. Here we go. On to the next kickoff. The first kickoff slightly in favor of Durtho. Boise State is going to try to keep it in the other half of the field, but it's not going to work out as Keyano successfully finds a clear against them. Durtho to try to find the clear up the wall. Pass to Instinct, driving it up to the near corner. Now Boise State, their next play, Instinct is going to miss on that one, so it's left. He's actually playing a bit of interference with Keyano as a shot on goal is going to be dumped down from Gil. Now Boise State has to rush back. Did they rotate up too far? They did, and they paid for that.
Instinct was almost there, but he ended up only just kind of helping them there in the end, allowing Keyano to get the first goal of the third match.
Boise State now finds themselves on the back foot. Move forward, pinch off toward the side. Instinct, one touch, now making it 2. Durtho trying to take out the goalie. He's able to fight a little bit of interference, but Keyano still has one on the goal. Now Gil again with a double touch, trying to push it in. Doesn't find it.
Instinct launches the ball in the air, tries to go in for a shot, and Durtho is able to follow that up there, getting Boise State the first goal, tying it up 1-1.
Nice quick shot on goal to put Boise State back in the running. 4 minutes left, so plenty of time left in game 3. I've also been informed that it's a best of 7 rather than a best of 5, so Boise State still plenty of time to regain their footing. Ooh. Shot toward the goal, barely saved by Durtho. Volts on a follow-up off of the crossbar. They're pushing Boise State away, making it more difficult for them to clear. Instinct is going to try, though. And unable to play it around. Vitali set up right in front of the goal, and a flip around is going to allow Durtho to get just a breath of fresh air for the Broncos.
As the Broncos try to bring it back to Keyano's side, they are passing it over to Gil, who does a solid shot there, trying to get it over in a spot where Boise State can take a shot on goal, but isn't quite able to as Keyano launches it back to Boise State's side. Durtho is able to intercept it, but has to do a 50-50, barely managing to get out of the way as Vitali knocks the ball away. Gil launches it towards their side, but it's nowhere near the goal, and so not quite where they need it. Durtho lies in wait, setting up an aerial shot there on goal, but Comp is waiting. It bounces off the backboard, unfortunately, and he's able to clear it.
Gil with one touch and a demo by Durtho might clear things up. Instinct whips on that shot. Gil still has an opportunity, but it bounced off the crossbar. Durtho with the final follow-up gets it for Boise State. They're back in the lead. Just beautiful play by Durtho to tap it in. Now we're going to move on to the next kickoff. Pinch shot to the side, Instinct following up, followed by Gil. Vitali gets a touch on that one, but it doesn't go back over to Boise State's side. Instead, Boise State still has side control. Gil to elevate up, unable to win that 50 against Keyano. He's going to keep Broncos at bay just for now, but they still putting a lot of pressure onto Keyano's goal. Not even going to allow that clear to go through, but Vitali with the follow-up does make it go through, forcing Gil to have a quick save.
With 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, Boise State has a very close lead here that they have to keep, and they're able to launch it over the ball to Keyano's side. Unfortunately, Vitali was there waiting, but Durtho was able to intercept, allowing Gil to try and set up for Instinct over here, who bounces it into the air and onto the side of the wall, trying to pass it in front of goal, but is not able to quite set up the shot for Durtho as Gil goes in trying to recover. Durtho's able to deflect the ball away from Keyano, but it goes just off the side of the goal, so Instinct comes in. Once again, Keyano is just deflecting it, but is unable to, as Gil just bounces it into goal there.
Boise State now opens it up to a 2-goal lead, the biggest lead we have seen so far in this match, and just a weird off kind of pinch there for Boise State is going to allow them to get that 3rd goal. Moving into the lead must have been because they had such good motivation. Now we move into the next kickoff. Boise State getting the slight edge on that one, but it's quickly answered back by Keyano. I might have spoken too soon. Keyano almost gets a goal.
Gil bounces the ball over to Keyano's side to Instinct, but it doesn't quite go where he wants, so he bounces it off the side to try and set up a better shot. Unfortunately, Vitali and Comp are there waiting and are able to push it away towards Boise State's side. Durtho deflects it, but it goes straight to Vitali, allowing Comp to try and get a shot on goal. It bounces off the backboard, though, allowing Durtho to clear it. Durtho goes in for the shot, but is blocked by Volts this time. Durtho and Gil trying to work together, but they end up crashing into each other, not being able to do much. As Instinct tries to go in, just drive it gently into goal, but it doesn't really go where he wants it to, as it once again lands on Boise State's side.
Play over Volts. Vitali has his back, keeping the side control for Keyano. They can score right off the bat, but Gil reads the play and is able to keep Keyano at 1, but they're going to try again unless Durtho can take it away from them. He's going to leave it for Instinct up toward midfield, and the Broncos are able to push back into Keyano. A final nail in the coffin for that particular game. Boise State is still in this against the Huskies.
Now, once again, just another wonderful shot from Durtho there, just lying in wait, allowing them to get a pretty comfortable lead at this point with 40 seconds left.
So we move into the next kickoff. Volt slightly gets that one, but it's going to head back over to Gil, who can answer it. Vitali is going to keep it in mid. Sing now wait for the play. We have half a minute left, and I would say that's just about too little time to score 3 goals. So Boise State just doesn't have to play too careless here, and they will get their first win against Keyano, keeping the series alive and driving us into game 4.
Volts tries to launch it over to Boise State's side, but is unable to as we hit the 10-second mark. Boise State just has to keep it away from their goal and make sure it hits the ground here before Keyano manages to get another score. As they're trying their best to launch it towards the goal, they try to take one more shot on goal, but it's just not enough as Boise State does take.
Well, Boise State finding their second win in game number 3, going to make sure that it is not a clear wipe against Keyano. And overall, I think this really has to do with the tenacity of Boise State. It reminds me of yesterday when I was admiring my blue check mark on Twitter, and I thought, you know, great players make great plays. But plays only happen when players play, because playing is the best to the opposite of not playing. And if you really want to play, you have to spell it P-L-A-Y, not P-L-E-Y, okay? Because there is no I in team, but there is meat, though, if you spell it backwards.
As always, your wisdom is profound and never-ending.
Yeah, I just really have to wonder about this next match. Just a second, I think I need to take a drink before we get into it. So as I think about as we get into this next match, what do you think is the main overall je ne sais quoi, if you will, that Boise State is having to make them a threat against Keyano.
I think right now what really helped them with this last match was just the way that they were able to look for opportunities. There was a couple goals that weren't necessarily set up by Boise State, but instead just because Keyano bounced it off of a spot that allowed Durtho to go in. So that's what's really helping them right now, is their opportunities that they're looking for.
Instinct trying to dribble it up the field, trying to juke out a few players, going to send it right up in front of the goal, and Comp clears that over to the corner. Comp with a double touch in mid-air, redirect toward Vitali, stolen away by Gil. Volts trying again. Passes it to Comp. Durtho with a bit of interference is going to leave it for Instinct, but Instinct does not get the clear he wanted. Vitali also got a bit flat-footed. And Boise State is just going to have enough seconds to clear it way back over toward Keyano, try to set up for a goal, but Comp is able to beat to the Gale before it can turn into a true 50. Now Instinct pass backs over to Durtho. Shot toward the goal, beautifully aimed. Vitali can only get a tap on it, and Volts is going to be this ultimate save.
Just such a narrow score there for Boise State. Durtho is looking to confirm that, and he tries to go in for a shot, but Comp is there waiting, not allowing that ball to go into the goal as he tries to bring it over to Boise State's side for a shot of their own. Luckily, Durtho was there, able to deflect it. However, with the goal open right now, too, Keyano is trying to get another shot off on goal, but it bounces off the side, allowing Durtho to try and recover it. However, Volts was there first, able to beat him to the punch, allowing Vitali to try and get another setup for Comp. It goes straight in the goal, giving Keyano the first goal of this match.
Vitali is going to head up toward Gil, and Comp just taps it in there. Tough angle for Boise State to defend against. They're going to find themselves with a goal deficit yet again. Can they fight back as Keyano is breathing down there next? Instinct is going to start things off with a demo onto Vitali, but it doesn't make much difference on the kickoff as Keyano gets the early side control. But now with a shot by Instinct, nice redirect toward the goal. Can he follow up on it? He sure can. Bounces off the post. Gil with the follow-up. Durtho to try to put it in, and it's not going to go through for Boise State, but a great effort.
Vitali launches the ball away from goal, but Durtho was there waiting, tries to take the shot, but Comp once again denies him that goal as Vitali is able to now take it over to Boise State's side. Durtho is everywhere right now, and he's just able to keep that ball away from the goal as Comp tries to go in and back up his teammates. Vitali is now waiting for Durtho to try and make his shot as Durtho goes in the air trying to get the goal, but it is just a little too far to the left there. Instinct goes in, tries to get it, but he's just a little too far away, so Volts is able to bounce the ball away from him as Durtho goes in for another shot, blocked once again by Comp.
We're about halfway through this overall match. Boise State has been trying fiercely with 5 shots on goal thus far, but still hasn't found one against Keyano, but maybe right here. The slide tap from Keyano means the Broncos have to rotate back, try to find the clear yet again, and playing off the wall, he's able to play it around Comp. Now it's going to meet Volts in the near corner. It's off in front of the goal, but Durtho doesn't like the look of that angle, so it's going to slow play it and leave it for another chance. But a shot here is going to be stopped by Gil. Volts has the backup on the shot toward the goal and deflected over to the corner by Instinct.
Has to rotate back as a demo happens on Volt, allowing Instinct to try and go for the shot on goal, but it's deflected by one of his teammates, allowing Volts to clear the ball away from the goal. Unfortunately, though, for them, Gil is there able to just intercept the ball before it goes anywhere. However, Boise State does try to take a shot on goal.
And Boise State continues to play up onto the play field. They almost get another goal, but I can't necessarily tell from here. I'm trying to figure out what their strategy is, but Boise State is just stunning me at this point. They are pushing it up the field, almost getting the goal, but Comp pushes it over to the side. Now Boise State ready to try to make the other play with Durtho on the follow-up, not quite going to find it.
Comp rotating back as Vitali launches the ball in the air, trying to set it up. Durtho waits and is able to intercept and block it away, preventing them from trying to get a goal set up there, as Instinct now tries to launch it towards Keyano's side. Durtho is able to help him and back him up. Same there with Gil. They're all there, but Volts is able to launch it past them. The goal is clear as Vitali goes in for the shot, but it just barely hits the top of the goal, allowing Gil to get it away after that narrow
It has been a painful last few minutes for the Broncos. They've tried everything they can to get a goal. Instinct is going to try to set it up again. The ball heads off into the corner, up off of the ceiling. Durtho is going to go into midfield and pass it to Instinct off the wall. The redirect goes through, and Durtho is able to beat Vitali on that 50, but the shot is just denied to him. Vitali still putting enough pressure to make it so Durtho can't get a full shot on goal, meaning the Broncos have to clear again, and now they're really pressed for time against Keyano. 30 seconds left.
Comp was able to get his hand on the ball, gets it narrowly over Gill, allowing them to get it over to Boise State's side. Luckily, Durtho was there as he desperately is trying to get them over to the Keyano's side. They just need one goal to tie it up for overtime, but Keyano is fighting with everything they got to keep it away from their goal. Durtho goes in for one more shot. It is launched away as Gill tries to dribble it, keeping it in the air, and as it goes right next to Boise State's goal, but touches the ground before it can get in.
Well, I'm going to throw it over to you, Audrey. What do you think was kind of the main thing that Keyano is using here? What makes them so forceful as a team?
They've been doing a really good job countering different people and just their general skills. So, like, Durtho has been taking a lot of shots on goal, and every time he's been trying to take a shot, there has been one player, specifically Comp, they're just blocking them. And so it's been really interesting to see that because they've, like, Durtho, who's typically just really good at getting his plays, has been countered over and over and over again. And it feels like they're really trying to make sure that they lock down the specific abilities of each of the teammates of Boise State.
Well, it's one last chance for the Broncos to stay alive. Can they win against Keyano in game number 5, I believe? Boise State is going to have to pull off 3 straight wins in this best of 7 in order to try to round it back towards their favor. Here we go to the first kickoff of game number 5. It's going to go in the favor of Keyano. Boise State trying to rotate back. Stop an early goal. Durtho gets a double touch, is able to juke it above 2. It's right open for the goal, and Volts reads it at the last moment, getting the save for Boise State.
Comp is able to now launch the ball over to Boise State's side as Durtho and the others have to rotate to make sure that it doesn't go in their goal. Luckily, Gill is there and he launches it away. Vitali redirects it, though, allowing it to them to once again try and take another shot on goal. Durtho blocks it as Comp tries to go in. It bounces right over him, but Gill is there to back him up. As there is now a demo on Instinct, allowing Keyano to try and recover a little bit, but Durtho and Gill push up together, not having any of it. Trying to go in for the shot as Gill is able to get the first shot of the game.
Broncos are not going to be counted out. You can see Volts stumbling a bit on the clear, so they realize there's just Comp left, and they're going to play it around him with a quick tap over to Gill, right into the open goal. Boise State now leads 1, 14-10 left.
Kickoff goes in favor of no one as they both try to recover the ball. It goes up in the air, allowing Comp to try and launch it towards Boise State's goal. One of his teammates tries to back him up, but they aren't quite able to get it figured out. So Volts goes in for another shot, bounces off the backboard, allowing Instinct and Durtho to recover the ball. Instinct bounces it up for Durtho. Durtho tries to go in for the shot, but it once again bounces off the backboard, so he tries again, but is unsuccessful as 2 cars are there to block him.
But Instinct is going to set it up again. Gill for another chance. He's going to whiff on that one, so he's just going to settle for a demo against Volts, but gets played over by Comp. Keyano now has the chance to make a shot on goal themselves, trying to clear out the goal and push Durtho out of the way, but the goal does not go through for the Huskies. So Boise State gets back the ball and side control, though it's going to be difficult for them with one of their members demoed. Instinct now fresh off the respawn, picks up some boost, stops Comp for that clear, but he can't play around Vitali following up.
Vitali bounces the ball off the back wall there. Comp tries to recover the ball, giving them a chance, but Volts is there able to help him out. Durtho lies in wait. The goal is able to deflect it, not quite where he wants to, but it is out of the way as Comp bounces it off the backboard. Vitali tries to go in for that, but is unable to actually get the goal. Volts goes in for another shot on goal, but Gill launches it away before one of his teammates can help him with the combo shot.
Durtho gets a demo onto Volts and passes it back over to his teammates, but the follow-up is not there due to the interference by Keyano. Volts comes up the field. And a successful clear way back over toward the Broncos. Durtho is trying to rectify that, but he's out of boost, meaning it's wide open for Comp. Come in here, play it around Gill, set it up for Vitali, and the shot is wide back off to the corner.
Bolts tries to launch it over to Comp for a goal, but Comp is not in the right spot, so Vitali tries to take a shot. Comp goes in once again, but it's narrowly deflected by the Broncos, as it's now on their side. Volts has to try and protect it as much as they can right now. Durtho is there lying in wait for his opportunity, tries to bounce it towards the goal, but no one's there to help him take the shot, so it goes wide.
Deflected back over to the corner, and Comp is going to get demoed by Gil with purpose. 1 minute, 48 seconds left. Bolt's trying to get back some side control, but is kept in the corner by the Broncos. Comp yet again tries another centering, but the 50-50 in favor of Durtho that time.
Bolts is in the air trying to get to the ball, but he isn't quite able to, so Instinct is able to launch it back towards Keyano's side. Durtho pushes the ball into the air, tries to take a shot on goal, but it isn't quite where it needs to be, so instead he demos Comp. Gil and Instinct are ready, set up for a shot. Instinct goes in for it, but all three are there, and so they're not able to get the goal that they want, so Durtho launches it back. It hits the backboard. Vitali launches it away. Luckily, Gil is there once again. It's just going back and forth right in front of Keyano's goal with 1 minute remaining. The Broncos just have to make sure that Keyano does not get a goal right now.
Durtho tries to set up a play, but Wolves doesn't let him have it. Keyano needs to get a goal in order to make it possible that they might take away this series right here, right now. Pass over to Comp, follow up by Vitali. Bolts has his eyes on the goal. He has to elevate up a little bit too much, though, because Instinct is pressuring him. Another shot toward the goal, stopped by Durtho. But Keyano is now really getting very much in the face of the Broncos, trying to get that one goal they so desperately need.
Instinct launches the ball towards Keyano's goal, dribbles it a little bit as Durtho tries to wait for a setup. Luckily, Gil's there. He tries to go for the shot. It's deflected by Comp. Instinct goes in as well. It bounces wide. With 3 seconds left, Durtho just tries to go for one last shot there, but it doesn't quite land. However, Boise State does win.
Well, that's another victory for the Broncos, and that victory was ultimately decided by just one goal. So I have to ask you, how can a whole game be decided on something so trivial?
You know, it's interesting because it's actually really similar to normal soccer as well, in the fact that just the higher the skill level, the less goals that are actually made because the overall value of the goals goes up. And it's just because of the level of skill. And so it's kind of incredible to watch these teams play and how few goals we're starting to see each time we get into a new match.
Shot off the wall. Instinct moves up and is able to get a bit of a pop up off of himself. In front of Keyano's goal. Boise State is now just one game away from tying up this whole series and driving us to a Game 7. We'll have to see how that works out, but Vitali with a quick play above the Broncos. Gil and Durtho trying to decide who's going to clear it. It's going to be Gil passing over to Durtho, now moving up the field. Can Durtho follow up? He redirects toward the goal. Can it turn into a goal? It doesn't look like it. Keyano is able to successfully drive it back to mid and get side control.
Volts tries to get it set up for his team, but isn't quite able to, so Vitali sends it to center. Durtho is there waiting, though, as Keyano isn't quite able to get what they want. They have a ball in front of goal, but it's narrowly deflected by Instinct there. Ooh, Instinct tries to take a shot on goal. It's pretty close, and it bounces off the backboard, allowing Durtho to take it home for the first goal of the game.
That's another great start for Boise State. Bit too far of a rotation for Keyano means they're left chasing after it. Durtho capitalizes, putting the Broncos into a one-goal lead with 1 minute having passed.
Kickoff in Keyano's favor, but Instinct is able to get a hold of the ball and dribble it over to their side instead. Durtho backs him up, but Bolts kind of interrupts him, not allowing him to get the setup that he wants, so Gil comes in as well. Vitali in the air, trying to make a shot. It's just narrowly deflected by Instinct. Bolts bounces it over Gil as Instinct launches it over to Keyano's side. Durtho backing him up as they try to dribble it across the field.
Vitali's going to have plenty of time to clear it around the corner. Bolts is able to play it above Durtho, back to center. Here goes Gil. Pass attempted over to Durtho, but it doesn't go through. So Instinct has to play defense all of a sudden, and Comp, this is dangerous, tries to dunk it down into the goal. Gil gets a save. Instinct might have a breakaway play here with Durtho. Demo into the goal! How flashy is that?
Yeah, Boise State now with 2 goals with a little bit under 3 minutes left. It's still a dangerous area for them, but they do have a significant lead going into this next kickoff.
That next kickoff in favor of the Broncos. Durtho gets good contact off of that. Keyano pushes it back to midfield, but Instinct is right there. Boise State sees the play. They need to make Durtho with these redirects is so insane. Whoa. And it leads to another goal by Gil.
Keyano was just kind of caught off guard there, allowing Boise State to easily bounce the ball right over 2 of the players trying to defend with the double commit.
Next kickoff, Durtho, wave dash towards the ball, and Instinct trying to cheat it out, but Comp is going to head way back over and actually get the shot on goal. The Broncos can't rest too easy here. I want to see that again. Yeah, that is very well aimed by Comp. I mean, he had a split second before Gil would have run into him, but he managed to find it. So Boise State now just down to a 2-goal lead.
Comp manages to get the ball away from Boise State into the ball again. What the? Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Boise State really has to be paying. I mean, Durtho right there. He saw it. He was right there, and Comp plays it around him. Just barely, all of a sudden, just in less than 10 seconds, we're back to a 1-goal game.
Yeah, with 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock, this is still anyone's game as Boise State does try to get another shot on goal. This time, they don't let Comp get the better of them. However, they're not able to quite get a hold on the ball like they want, as it does go to Comp, who bounces it off the wall. Luckily, a Boise State player is there to deflect it.
Comp rotating up and over, gonna leave it for Vitali. Now back to Volts off of the wall. He gets demoed in the process. Comp tries to elevate up to stop it, but it heads all the way over to Keyano's goal. Durtho also demoed in a response by Comp. That's going to buy some time for the Huskies to try to clear it. Comp gets nice contact off of that one, but it's left for Instinct. Vitali trying to beat him to it, and 50-50 Mo took a very weird bounce there and almost turned into a goal for the Broncos.
Gil demoed Comp, allowing Boise State to kind of get an opening here in the goal, but Durtho is met from some resistance by Vitali, allowing Comp to get back in there and try and help them clear the ball. However, Gil and the rest of the Broncos team are not letting up as they keep launching it over them, trying to set it up where they want it. It goes across the goal, right over to Vitali, who launches it towards Boise State side. Durtho deflects it, however, as we go into the Bronco territory.
Instinct didn't get quite the tap he wanted, and that leaves it wide open for Comp. Gil deflects over to the side. Durtho again, the shot toward the goal. Near the front post.
Gil tries to set up a shot, but it's just very blocked by Vitali. Durtho tries to block, will take a shot on goal, but it's not quite where he wants it, so it ends up getting brought over to Bronco territory as Comp tries to go in for a goal on Boise State. However, Instinct was there and was able to kind of psych him out of it, not let them get the goal there. We now have 30 seconds remaining. Boise State is still in the lead as they try to just protect the goal right now for the last couple seconds here.
Comp gets demoed, putting Boise State in a position to win this one. And overall, it looks like Boise State is going to be driving this to a game number 7. So Boise State is going to actually have to wait. We're going to leave that game right now because we currently have a live game right now in progress in the CRL League. And Boise State in the CRL has been doing work. They have quite an impressive winning record going up against a lot of different teams. Now we reach their match against Mizzou to see if Boise State can make their win record even more. So everything that we've been talking about against Keyano is going to apply double to Mizzou because this is the most prestigious Rocket League tournament that there is. And just remember, you always have a team. And if the team works together, you're always going to have the meta. That is what I'm going to say. That is my advice going forward for the Broncos. Do not disappoint me.
Do you hear that back there?
Do not disappoint me. All right, do you have any thoughts before we get into this match?
Well, it's a little jarring going from one game to another, but it'll be just as important as last time to just make sure that they are paying attention to the other team and their habits. One of the biggest killers for them in the beginning there was just how many shots on goal they took, but how many of them got blocked, and so they just really have to be careful about where the other team is positioned.
All right, you can see them up there on stage, ready to play. This is going to be CRL versus Mizzou, and much like NACE, it's standard Rocket League rules, but the main thing is that we are in a 16-team round robin, and Boise State has gone up against a lot of very talented teams thus far, but so far have a very impressive record in the CRL, so we'll see if they can continue on that winning record thus far. Boise State's going to be in the orange for this game, and Gil almost off the bat setting up a goal for the Broncos, putting Mizzou on the back foot. But Mizzou on the counterattack. Whale trying to get the shot on goal. Crims is going to be the follow-up, trying to duck it down, and a shot is going to be pitched up into the air. Boise State having to play defense all of a sudden.
Instinct launches the ball off of Boise State territory, allowing Durtho to try and set up for a shot there. There's no one in the goal except for Whale, who is able to just narrowly deflect the ball away from Durtho right over to Broncos territory for another near miss there.
Set up from Mizzou. It's going to be denied by Gil, passing it over to Durtho. Crims beats him to it. All of a sudden, Broncos have to defend again against Whale, who slams right into Instinct. Now Excel is going to get a pop off toward Boise State's goal, and a last-minute save by Instinct keeps it tied 0-0.
It is once again in Mizzou territory as Gil tries to get the ball, but it's just a little too high for it, so Durtho tries to back him up. However, Excel was there and volleys it over to Boise State's side, trying to clear it away from their goal. Whale goes in for the shot, but it is deflected by Durtho. Once again, right over to Mizzou's side.
Instinct with a long bomber back up off the backboard. Gil follow-up whiffs on it. Durtho's going to play it over to the wall, trying to buy himself some time against this impending clear from Mizzou. Now Gil is set up, plays it to Durtho. Shot is high and wide. And a demo on to Gil makes it that much higher. Durtho has to do it there, but the ball goes way up into the air. Not the shot on goal he wanted. Now Instinct has to find it again. He at least is able to stop the clear, so Boise State has had a good chunk of side control thus far. On the near post, they're not able to play it past it. In fact, all of Mizzou is bunched up on the near post. That could be an opening for the Broncos, but it's not going to be if Mizzou just gets right in Boise State face and demos Gil. Gil off the respawn is able to deflect it over toward corner.
Ooh, an unfortunate demo against Instinct, not quite allowing him to get the ball where he wanted it. However, Durtho and Gil tried to set up a shot, but Durtho blocks Gil's shot there, preventing Boise State from getting the goal, as well as now trying to clear the ball over to Excel. Durtho, however, was there able to stop it, allowing Boise State to still keep the pressure up on Mizzou. Gil tries to go for a shot or just clear it, but it isn't quite where he wants it. Durtho goes in, but all three players are right there, allowing Whale to take control and dribble it over to Boise State's side, right near the goal. Crims goes up for a shot on goal, but Durtho is there to block it.
Oh, Excel with an unexpected shot back toward the goal. It is wide, luckily for the Broncos. Durtho trying to make a play, and the follow-up plays it above them and is able to get the goal. Boise State in the lead by 1.
We have a little under 2 minutes left, with the first goal of the game being made, too, which is quite a testament to both teams' skills, as we go into the next kickoff here.
More impressive when you realize all the shots on goal Mizzou has gotten compared to Boise State's only 2, but hey, at the end of the day, it's goals, not shot on goal. We're going to see another there by Instinct, which turns into a goal. Boise State all of a sudden leading by 2.
Yeah, just a really clean
50.
shot there.
Yeah, he beats Cruz to the punch on that 50, just barely. Just barely.
It is now 2-0, with Boise State having a comfortable lead in this kickoff as the 50-50 goes in Boise State's favor as Durtho tries to get the ball into the goal, but it goes a little bit not where he plans as Whale gets a very clean shot. Oh.
Durtho plays off his own post to keep the save going.
But he's demoed in the process.
It is enough to buy Boise State the crucial few seconds they needed. Another demo onto Instinct. Mizzou has been bringing out the bombs. I mean, look at Whale, one-man demolition crew.
Instinct now tries to get control of the ball as it goes back over to Boise State's side. Gill clears it, allowing them to try and get a little bit more time to get another shot. Instinct goes for it, but it bounces off the post there as it once again goes. No! Whale making a shot all the way from his own goal there.
Yeah, Boise State just took too big of a chunk, and Durtho, he turned around so he could see it, but he realized, no, I'm not going to get back there in time. I can only watch. Ooh, Boise State can't make mistakes like that.
Whale tries to go on for another shot on the goal, but Gill is there waiting, not wanting to make that mistake this time as Crims tries to recover it, but Gill, again, just not letting him have it, launches it over to Mizzou's side. With a demo on Whale, it gives Boise State the opening they need.
Double demo.
Ooh. Gill tries to bounce it off the backboard, but Crims is there and tries to stop him. Luckily, Durtho is there to back him up. Goes for another shot on goal. Oh, it was so close. But Excel was able to just slow its momentum before it could really get anywhere.
Pass back over to Crims to try to get him to redirect towards Boise State's goal. But it rolls back toward the goal with Instinct, picking up another for Boise State, putting them back into a 2-goal lead. I would say that just about does it with only 15 seconds left.
Yeah, Mizzou would have to get 2 goals really quick off the kickoff here.
This next kickoff, as long as Boise State can keep it clean, which, yep, Gill is just waiting for the shot by Whale. Although Excel finds that it's very slow, meaning Instinct, yeah, he has time, he plays it above 2, and I think Boise State has it.
Boise State just keeping it on Mizzou's side and away from their goal as the clock hits 1.
A great job by the Broncos. It seemed like they might have had a few speed bumps in their journey. A few times they were scored on just by being a little bit too far rotated up the field, but now they go into game number 2, and this is the one crucial difference I gotta say. We'll get to that difference, but before we just want to take a look at all the stats, and you can see Mizzou actually had more shots on goal than Boise State. It was really this kind of, and look at Whale, he got 5 demos. That's enough to get you the badge, basically.
The most shots and the most demos on the team.
He's the player. He is a Whale. He's diverting all the attention. But the main difference I wanted to say between the NACE game that we saw earlier in this CRL is that this CRL is only 5, best of 5, which means that a win in the first round automatically, you know, is able to close the options that Mizzou has available to them. Should Boise State get another win, they have the possibility of a clean sweep against Mizzou. And you can tell this is CRL just by how long it takes for one goal to be scored.
Yeah,
like
we were like, what, three minutes in?
I know, it's like 4 minutes, and it's yep, this is CRL. It's like, you know, hey, it's the same thing like with football. You know, when you go to college to pro, you know, the scores go lower because the teams are so much tougher to play around. But we are not watching pro football. We are indeed watching car football, as it's known internationally. And here we go with the pass over to Instinct. He's going to try to play it around Whale. The 50 doesn't go in favor of either. Meaning Durtho has to try in another 50. Doesn't find. Actually, no, he does. It goes back over toward Mizzou's goal. Durtho now pass over to Gill to try to dunk it down. Isn't going to get it. But Durtho with another follow-up double commit on the save by Mizzou. And Boise State looks like they have Mizzou a little bit frightened.
Boise State was not letting up there as they just keep taking the ball away from Mizzou there, trying to just get it as close to as many shots as they possibly can. Crims does manage to get a touch on the ball, but it's not enough as Durtho tries to make, once again, another shot. Whale was there to try and cover it, and he goes after it, but Gil tries to block him, allowing the team to stall. However, XL does manage to get it back from them. XL goes in for another shot.
Instinct gets a shot, but Whale is waiting right back there, and Durtho trying a bit of some acrobatics to stop it, but that doesn't work out either. So he recovers and just goes for a shot back toward the corner, buys Boise State some time. Now Instinct goes up towards Whale, demos XL. Durtho hanging back on midfield, keeps the play alive for the Broncos. Crims, double touch, Boise State slow plays, waiting for it, and they keep their side control.
Instinct launches up the ball towards the goal, allowing Gil to get the shot, giving Boise State the first goal of the game. And once again, with 3 minutes left.
What a great play by the Broncos. Right up in the corner, Gil just edging it in. Now in this next kickoff, looks like Mizzou had the slight advantage, and the demo onto Gil as well, but Durtho just biding his time. Waiting for the moment to defend, and there's another one from XL. Boise State finds a breakaway from Instinct. They get another goal.
Just nice shot from Instinct there, able to both clear the ball and just get a solid shot on goal there with no one back there to rotate quick enough. Crims was just barely out of range. Is now 2-0. With exactly 3 minutes left on the clock, as XL does manage to get the ball away from kickoff. However, Instinct is able to recover it and try and take a shot off on goal, but it is denied by him. So Gil comes in to back him up. Boise State has the ball on Mizzou's side. They're not letting up the pressure, even with their sizable lead. However, XL does manage to sneak the ball away from them, tries to bounce it over to Crims, but it goes a little wide, making it so he has to contest Instinct. Gil goes for another shot.
Back to Durtho, trying for a very last-minute redirect into the goal. That doesn't quite pan out. Shot off of the crossbar. Ooh, nice bounce for Boise State. That immediately puts a damper on Mizzou's mood, and Instinct again. He's the closer for Boise State. He sees these moments where Mizzou might rotate too far up, or the split seconds he needs to make the decision, and he's able to deliver every single time. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in this match, and Boise State now putting Mizzou into a tough situation as opposed to the first game in which Mizzou had a whole bunch of shots on goal and Boise State didn't have a lot. Now Boise State leads in the shots on goal. You have to wonder what's going through Mizzou's mind right now. It can't be anything good as Instinct finds a hat trick off of what I highly doubt. He was just trying to clear it, but the ball is perfectly aimed. It just so happens.
XL just barely missed it there with Durtho right behind him too to back up if they need it.
And those are 2 goals scored in a row due to bad positioning by Mizzou. So Boise State definitely seems to be putting Mizzou into an all or nothing mentality, but it's all for Boise State, nothing for Mizzou. Another shot by Durtho puts the Broncos into 5-0.
Now every single member of Boise State's team has gotten a shot on goal successfully, so we now have 5-0 with a little under 2 minutes left. Mizzou is really going to have to tighten up their defenses if they want to be able to take this back, but it's going to be very hard, if impossible.
You know, this is the team that can match Boise State shot for shot. It's just things have gotten away from them in the second game. XL is going to try to change that, but the shot doesn't go fast enough toward the goal. Instead, it heads over to Instinct and Durtho. Instinct watches on as Durtho gets a shot on goal. That's saved by Crims. Crims now goes in trying to get the clear. Plays it over Gil. Crims runs out of boost, meaning another teammate has to rotate in. It's going to be Whale, but Instinct is able to play it past him. The side control still goes on for Boise State.
Whale manages to get the ball away and pinches it off of him, trying to just keep it away in a spot Boise State can't get it. But Durtho is there, tries to get the shot away from him as Whale sends it to their side. Gil is waiting, however, but it bounces off of Excel. Once again on Boise State side, we've got a little less than a minute left. Instinct tries to take a shot on goal there. That's now 4 shots for Instinct.
4 shots, and I think either he's tied or a majority of them have been from backfield.
Oh my gosh.
He is a lawn bomber today, getting just about every clear into a possible shot on goal. He's now rolled over his activity feed, and Gil off the kickoff is hungry for even more. Ball heads off to the side. 38 seconds left. Boise State at a healthy 6.
Durtho is demoed out, however, but that doesn't matter. Gil launches it towards their goal. It doesn't quite go where he wants, but it was so close, and it is denying Mizzou the chance. However, Whale does get a last-minute goal there, so at least it's not 6-0 for them. However, it's not going to be enough.
I don't know. Do we actually have the possibility of seeing an honest-to-goodness Brazil in a CRL match? Because I never thought I would have seen that. The Broncos have 20 seconds left to make it happen. It is in their wheelhouse to do it. 10 seconds left. Broncos, no matter what, are winning this, but can they just get kind of the final showmanship? Brazil goal, they almost get it, but it's going to be denied. Still nothing too much to complain about for the Broncos. 6-1 in the second game. It was pretty darn even throughout most of that match, but I think the key turning moment was probably around 2 minutes into the match. You saw not 1, but 2 goals back-to-back scored off some very kind of all or nothing, rotating everyone up the field plays by Mizzou that Boise State was able to capitalize against. It's Instinct. Instinct's the MVP.
He had so many, you couldn't see him by the end of the game. And overall, compared to the last game, Boise State was just completely dominating with side control there.
Yeah, they basically had everything going for them. I have to wonder, I think Mizzou, though, is the type of team that they are going to be able to regroup, diagnose the problem that's before them, and I think we're going to see a Mizzou that's much more like that we saw in Game 1 rather than this Game 2, because sometimes it can just get away from you, and the last 3 minutes was really more of a formality. If there's a team, though, that wants to remain competitive, then they kind of just resign themselves and saying, okay, let's just play this last round as best we can. Not get too tilted on the goals that are being scored against us, because it's already, let's just focus on game number 3, where this is going to be the deciding factor.
As we go in, Durtho has control of the ball, but passes it over to Instinct. However, it's deflected by Mizzou as they try to get it away from their goal. Ooh, but there's a lot of demos going on, so they aren't quite able to get what they want there, allowing Boise State to knock it once again over to their side.
Very key, crucial moments. Once again, to recap, this is Boise State versus Mizzou in the CRL Collegiate Round Robin event. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Boise State is currently 5-1 so far in this season, so they'd go up to a 6-1 if they win this, which is extremely impressive a record for them.
Durtho tries to set up, but Crims beats him to it, allowing his teammate Whale to try and launch it towards Boise State's side, as Excel is just kind of waiting there, trying to set up a goal as they get near Boise State's territory right there. Though Boise State is defending and is not going to let them get this goal without a fight.
Yeah, this is clear, goes through from Instinct. Tries to play it around the corners, just bumping Excel out of the way, successful in doing that, but the ball takes a bounce off the wall, putting it back into Excel's wheelhouse, forcing Instinct to get a save, a double commit on that shot on goal. That is going to be costly for Mizzou. That gives Boise State plenty of time to clear this back. Durtho's using his acrobatics, setting it up.
Oh my gosh!
Are you even kidding me? That was so slow, so graceful, like a ballerina spinning into the goal with just about the same amount as grace.
He just bunny hopped it over Mizzou there, getting Boise State the first goal. Around the 3-minute marker, as we've been seeing in most of these matches.
There was so much time to save that. I am still shocked that that actually turned into a goal. Congrats to Durtho for that.
That was so smooth. And it looks like Boise State is trying to follow that up, but Mizzou is tightening up their defense and not really letting them get it too close to the goal right now. Gill launches it over to their side, but it's blocked by Crims. However, he is out of boost, so he has to wait and recoup.
2 minutes have already passed. We're almost halfway through game 3, and Boise State looking to have all the momentum in their favor. Crims is going to let waterfall it down, but runs into two, Durtho and Gill. The 2-on-1, if you will. That shuts down any chance. Nice shot from Whale. It's another shot on goal for Mizzou, but it's saved by the Broncos. Durtho working up. You want to watch out when that guy has control of the ball in midair. He can do insane things.
Excel does have control though. He tries to take a shot on goal, but it's denied. However, gets demoed in the process, so he isn't able to follow it up.
Another shot. The ball is heading down toward the goal. Instinct almost waterfalls it in. Excel with the redirect. Gill, neither of them win that 50.
Demo on Durtho. However, Instinct still tries to go in for the shot, but isn't really able to get it set up as Crims launches it away. Same with Excel. However, Durtho, off of his respawn, tries to go in for a shot there. And it's followed up by Instinct with a demo.
Yeah, I think that, I think, was that demo with the sock? I think it was. Either that or he just plowed in. That shot, that ball had so much force going for it. And he just plowed right through with it to get his own demo. Normally you rely on a teammate to clear out the goal, but hey, if you can get it yourself,
get the job done.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it's now Instinct's turn to have 4 demos. He's taken that away from Whale there as they're trying to go in for another shot. However, does get cleared for a moment. It's now in Bronco territory. We've got 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Mizzou does have the opportunity here to get a goal, but they've got to get it quickly if they want to be able to get a comeback here from Boise State.
One last shot from Durtho back towards center field. 1 minute, 16 seconds left. Instinct is denied by Whale. Still enough time for Mizzou to make up some ground. Try to do that, but Gill is keeping up with them, causing them to burn off more time from the timer. Now goes across the 1 minute mark.
Gill tried to go in for a shot there, but wasn't quite able to get anything as there were 2 Mizzou members there blocking the goal. Excel tries to take it down the field. Crims is there. It's almost there for them, but Gill is able to block the ball narrowly, launching it back over to Mizzou's side. Instinct just drives in front of the ball there, is able to deny Excel from getting a solid launch there, as he now has to rotate back. Durtho has control of the ball, followed up by Gill, who tries to take a shot. It is blocked by Excel, however. We are now in the last 20 seconds of the game. Boise State is once again trying to go in for another goal, just keep it away from their side and keep as much pressure on them as they go in.
Game, set, and match for the Broncos. Durtho gets just one more. Barely credited to him. That was actually just what Durtho does best. These redirects that he can use to zero in. Technically, I don't think it even needed a redirect there, but hey, you know, might as well tap it to, you know, get the goal a little bit, you know, more of a sure thing.
With 5 seconds left, Mizzou really can't do much here as they're just trying to bounce the ball away as Boise State's just trying to keep it on the ground. Crims doesn't quite want to let that happen yet.
They just, yep, sometimes enough is enough. They are out of it. They have all logged out. Boise State gets the win. There's Coach Moore giving them some congratulations. Boise State winning that 3-0. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if they're not 7-1, they're 6-1 for this tournament. I mean, they are a top team in the CRL right now. It isn't just, it hasn't been how it's been for so many years of, we're just grateful to get into the CRL. Now we are making the plays and we are the team to beat.
Oh yeah, Boise State right now, just awesome teamwork, awesome shots as always, and it's really just, it's hurting the other teams right now. They're just not able to keep up.
Yep. We have a shot that we have some nominees for the player of the game, although I know we did have that match against Keyano that we left everyone with the cliffhanger on, so I don't know if we'll go back to that particular game. But before we do, let's just kind of highlight every single one of the players. We've got Gil, Durtho, and Instinct. Who do you want to give it to, Audrey?
Ooh, that's hard. I mean, I think I'm going to go with Durtho this time. Just that little bunny hop into the goal, that was insane.
I would have to give it to Instinct, actually. My choice would be him because there were so many shots for that particular round that were from way back on the field. I mean, Instinct had so many shots that you just thought in your mind were just going to be standard clears, but he was making. I mean, look at that insane pinch. I mean, that angle there, you can't even plan that. Or maybe you can, and that just shows how good Instinct is. Either way, the Broncos are going to be happy with that 3-0 win. So you're giving it to Gil? Or Durtho? Durtho, okay. You're going to give it to Durtho. I'm going to give it to Instinct. We'll see who the player of the game is shortly, and if production has decided to agree with us in that decision or go for the complete opposite, which they tend to do. Do I know him too well? Nah, I actually get it. It is going to be Instinct. And yeah, there were so many shots from way downtown that ended up in Instinct's favor. I think Game 2 just turned into such an avalanche of a match that Instinct was just the key playmaker in Game 2, and I think that's why he gets it.
Oh, yeah. Instinct had just so many beautiful shots there. It was great, especially when the team was backing them up and just every time that they made a mistake there and just the goal was open, Instinct was there.
All right, that's going to be the player of the game, brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like how Idaho Central helps its members achieve financial success. Instinct is your ICCU player of the game for tonight, Halloween, in this CRL match. Now, I don't know if we will give just kind of a standard update to everyone on how that Keyano match changed, or if we will, in fact, go into Game 7 for Keyano. We'll actually take a quick break and then be back with the exciting conclusion of that. We'll see if Boise State can build on their CRL win thus far, and we'll give you the top 5 plays of the game from that CRL match, brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams to join out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. We'll be back with more, but for now, enjoy your top 5 plays.
Gil clears it, allowing them to try and get a little bit more time to get another shot. Instinct goes for it, but it bounces off the post there as it once again goes. No! Whale making a shot all the way from his own goal there.
Yeah, Boise State just took too big of a chunk, and Durtho, he turned around so he couldn't do the bad positioning by Mizzou. So Boise State definitely seems to be putting Mizzou into an all-or-nothing mentality, but it's all for Boise State, nothing for Mizzou. Another shot by Durtho puts the Broncos into 5-0.
Now every single member of Boise State's team has gone.
Double touch, Boise State slow plays, waiting for it, and they keep their side control.
Instinct launches up the ball towards the goal, allowing Gil to get the shot, giving Boise State the first goal of the game. Once again, with 3 minutes left.
For Mizzou, that gives Boise State plenty of time to clear this back. Durtho's using his acrobatics, setting it up.
Oh my gosh!
Are you even kidding me? That was so slow, so graceful, like a ballerina spinning into the goal with just about. Boise State didn't have a lot. Now Boise State leads in the shots on goal. You have to wonder what's going through Mizzou's mind right now. It can't be anything good as Instinct finds a hat trick off of what I highly doubt. He was just trying to clear it, but the ball is perfectly aimed. It just so happens.
Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. We are back after our exciting match in the Collegiate Rocket League versus Mizzou and Boise State. Boise State managed to sweep them, and we are now back for Keyano. We left them at a 3v3, and we are in the final match to decide who will be the winner here. It's been a tough match so far, and it's going to be an uphill battle, but hopefully both teams will play their best, and we'll see who the winner is going to be tonight. And as always, my name is Audrey Norris. Unfortunately, I am not the host tonight. However, my host over there has escaped and gone over to the stage. Good old Doc Haskell. As we left off, we were at a very just competitive standstill between the two teams. It's been a pretty tough night so far. Both teams have been giving and taking.
I was just comprehending how good an esports program can get, and just how can we possibly be this good. But sometimes just the answer eludes all of us.
I mean, hey, we did just get the 1000th win recently, so I'd say we're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, a pretty good job, and now we go back into the NACE match that we had against Boise State against Keyano. We left it on the precipice of game number 7, so we'll now see how well Boise State can do.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting match, especially now that we swapped from CRL to NACE, and now we're swapping back, so it'll be quite the interesting battle for us. As we left off, it was pretty intense.
Yeah, pretty intense. Boise State and Keyano, both very even teams. Boise State has faced off against Keyano too in tournaments like the CRL. Keyano has players who have CRL experience. Overall, just a recap of the keys to the game in Rocket League: to set up the Broncos, is set your play style, understand rotations, play to follow up, and of course, employ those sweaty comms. Doc's Keys to the Game brought to us by Drop In Gaming, the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. Alrighty, game number 7 of this NACE match of Boise State versus Keyano's Bronco versus the Huskies. Let's get into the action and see who will take home the victory as we close things out tonight for Halloween. And the first kickoff looks like it goes in favor of the Broncos, already putting Keyano on the back foot. Demo onto Comp, and a shot toward the goal is saved by Volts. Boise State still looking for the shot on goal, but Volts gonna dribble it up the field and clear it away for the Huskies.
Instinct waiting to try and block the ball, but it goes a little bit under him, allowing Vitali to try and get a shot on goal. Luckily, Gil was there to just redirect it over to Keyano's side, as they are now struggling to rotate back and block it.
Durtho with the play. Instinct again, and he's unable to get it. They're still caught up in the corner, and that's a wide open field for Vitali to clear it. Durtho rotates back and is able to get the save. Now it heads over to Gil, who gets played over, so Instinct has to take the ball. Just is going to be barely able to clear it off to the corner again. Now Gil rotates back, a demo onto Vitali. Ball is back in midfield.
Comp now has a hold of the ball with a pretty empty goal, though Durtho is able to block it before he gets any shot off, as now Boise State is trying to just get any chance to get it off their side. They are given quite the field day for defending right now, as Volts goes in, trying to set it up for his teammate, but it is narrowly blocked. His Instinct goes for the shot on goal, but it's blocked by Comp, who has been kind of Boise State's just rock and obstacle to getting all of their goals tonight.
Shot back towards midfield. Comp plays it over Gil. Durtho just gets the save barely. Almost 2 minutes into this match, and neither team has scored. Both of them proving very even against each other. Volts leaves it for a shot. Clear, almost turns into a shot on goal. Durtho is being able to save it. Now goes into the corner, tries to play it around Vitali. Gil goes in through. The goal is trying to be cleared out by Durtho, but fortunately for him, Volts was already in progress with his clear. But he sets it up yet again, but the follow-up is going to be difficult. Gil isn't able to get it, so Instinct passes back to Durtho. Instinct, Gil coming through with the... No, actually, I think that was a double commit. Unfortunately for the Broncos, which means we are halfway through this match, still tied at 0-0.
Ooh, Gil tried to get a nice shot on goal, but it was a little too high, and Durtho wasn't able to keep up, so Instinct comes in, but Volts and Comp are covering him, just not letting him get the goal that he wants. So Durtho tries to set it up once more, and he's able to almost get it in once again, but it bounces off the side, forcing Boise State to try and set up once again with Vitali and just the other members of Keyano really keeping up the pressure right now. Durtho bounces it off the wall, but Comp is there waiting and launches it over some Boise State members, or tries to, as Gil is able to block it from him. Volts tries to follow up, but is blocked by a Boise State member. Ooh, Instinct gets a narrow block save on goal, and Durtho is able to help him and push it out before it gets scored on. Demo on Durtho, that's going to make it dangerous for Boise State, as Keyano has control of the ball.
Fortunately for them, that demo was right when Boise State still had side control, so enough time for the Broncos to fully respawn. Instinct is going to dash back, leave it for Gil. Ball gets pinched over to the side again, very up high in the air. Durtho takes it away from Comp, plays it over him, off to Volts to try to defend. Instinct and Gil waiting for Volts to make his play. Now Gil goes in to contest with Vitali. Volts pushes it back to mid, but Durtho is right there. We just have 1 minute left and still no goal for either team in this game 7.
Instinct bounces the ball over to Keyano's side, bounces it over one of their members. Gil goes in, and Boise State gets the first goal with only 50 seconds left.
After much trial and tribulation, the Broncos find it. Thanks to Comp, just no one being there on the back post. There's just Comp. And once they played it around him, the goal was wide open. 50 seconds left. Broncos might just take this, but still plenty of time for Keyano to even this up.
Volts bounces the ball away from goal, but Durtho is there to follow it up, keeping it on Keyano's side as Vitali pinches it off of him there. Instinct bounces it away from the goal and has to kind of wait there for a moment. With 30 seconds remaining, Boise State is now just trying to keep it on Keyano's side, launches it over to the goal, but it's blocked by Vitali.
Volts to set it up, and it just bounces off of Durtho. Durtho then takes it, is unable to play it around Vitali, but with just 10 seconds left, possession is the only thing Boise State needs to keep themselves in the narrow lead and claim this best-of-7 series in NACE. Looks like that is what the Broncos are going to do, sure as they ground it. Volts tries to keep it up in midair. Still a possibility for Keyano to score, especially with that great shot from Volts. Gil has to contest with Keyano now. Comp puts a shot toward the goal. Are you kidding me? Can they do it? Not quite. Vitali's still trying to keep it up in the air, but everyone is running out of boost, and they can't make the plays they want. But what a rally from Keyano to try to drive it toward overtime. That's going to do it for this NACE match. Congratulations to them. Boise State winning their CRL and NACE match for tonight. And a lot of great plays all around. So we got to name now another player of the game, which for that game now that we just. I think it was Gil that got the goal though.
Gil did get the goal for that one, so you know, good job on Gil. Actually, in the previous couple rounds that we watched too, he got quite a few solid goals from them. So yeah, I think Gil this time.
Yeah, I don't think we even need to see the trio at this point because we know what the trio is going to be. It's going to be the three players, either Gil, Instinct, or Durtho. So let's go to the decision itself. It is going to be Durtho getting player of the game. And yeah, we just saw the last round of the the seventh game in the best of 7, but there were 6 whole games that were played here. Keyano looked like they had Boise on the back foot, but Boise State fought back with 3 wins in a row. Remember, they were down 3-1 in this series overall at game 4, and they found a way to rally back. And thanks to Durtho being a player of the game, he is going to take it. And he is the player of the game, brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like how Idaho Central helps its members achieve a financial success. Durtho is your ICCU player of the game for this best-of-7 NACE match. Wow, that's such a good shot right up there in the upper left corner. Beautifully played and beautifully done by the Broncos. 2 wins for tonight. Looks like they're going to have a happy Halloween indeed. Nothing but W's for the Broncos. So do you have any final thoughts before we close it out this Halloween night, before we actually go to another game, I hear?
We've got one more for you guys, so I guess...
Oh, we actually have a game. Oh yes, Doc was telling me about this. So, yes, I mean the other Doc, not the true Doc that I am. But no.
The imposter
we
Doc.
were, yeah. So Doc has gotten Halloween photos from childhood memories, so we speak, and we got to guess what player it is out of it. So a little bit of Halloween festivities. We'll see overall who gets, I guess we can keep score. You know, we'll each take a guess. I'm going to say that, man, that picture on the left, that stresses me out more than anything. It almost looks like someone's hunched over in that hay. That is the scariest stack of hay that I have ever seen in my life.
I think that's a ghillie suit, actually. My brother had one. He would use it for Halloween, too. It's a great way to scare
I'm going to say that that's Durtho. I'm going to guess Durtho.
Yeah, that looks like Durtho.
All righty. Yep, it is Durtho. Okay, so 1 apiece for us. So we're doing good so far. Now let's, okay.
Are our only options the people who've been playing?
Yeah, or is this across the esports program, I have to wonder, or is across the esports oh my goodness. Okay.
Crud.
It's someone.
That's true.
I am going to take the guess.
It's not going to be Rocket League twice, right?
No, it wouldn't be. But maybe production. I'm going to guess production does that. So I'm going to say Gil, but who else do you want to? Who do you want to? Thinking back to the Overwatch team. Gob, Maxwell, Plato.
Just going to throw out Chosen.
Chosen. Okay, we'll see who it is. Oh, it doesn't look like I'm right there. So it stays at 1 apiece. Lyric was the correct answer. Okay, so still tied at 1 apiece, you and me. Okay, I think that's Gob.
That does look like Gob. I think you're right.
Do you want to guess the same as me?
Yeah, I think
okay,
we're going
we'll both go in
here.
Gob. Yep, it is in fact Gob. So we are at 2 apiece now. We're going to have to see if we can find a tiebreaker. Oh, I know that face. I know it. I know it. The expression.
I'm still learning everyone's names. This isn't fair.
I think that's Chosen.
You think that's Chosen? I already picked Chosen, so I'm going to go with...
No, it was the... Was it? Is that his name? I'm trying to match up gamer tags with names.
There's too many.
I think it's Chosen. Yeah, is it?
No, that's... Wait, that's Clear.
Yeah. It was Clear. I knew it was the same expression that he had when they were at the Hue event. It was the player they picked up from here, but I couldn't remember that it was Clear, so I'm hitting myself because I had the face. I just didn't have the name.
There's too many names, too many people.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, first of all, gotta appreciate the outfit.
Okay. I'm gonna take a guess and go Play-Doh.
What? I'm trying to remember the name of the guy who just joined the Overwatch team. What's his name?
Oh, Damio? No,
there's. Why am I forgetting his name right now? I can't remember his name. Why it's escaping me. But who is it? It is so hard to keep track of them sometimes.
You had me. Oh, it's Cal! Kellen McGurkin, of course. Oh, how could I miss that? Now it's so obvious.
Yeah, once the photo's on screen, it's like, oh, I can see it, but man.
Yeah, no,
baby photos.
He had a lot blonder hair back then. Okay, well, I guess it's going to be left at a very unclimactic tie 2 apiece, so that does it for that round.
Yeah, the lesson of this story is that there's way too many of them.
There's way too many. I mean, I knew it was Clear. I just couldn't think of the name. Maybe we can use that as a tiebreaker. Can I get 2.5?
That works.
Because I had the face. I had the face, and I knew it was from the Hue event. I knew it was from the Hue event, but I just guessed Chosen instead of Clear.
They both start with a C, so I'll give you that.
You know what? Yeah. So, 2.5 to 2. I'll say that. All right, we'll leave you with the top 5 plays of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like how Idaho Central helps its members achieve financial success. Actually, it's brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard. I am still in such disarray that I mixed up Clear and Chosen, that my brain is whole mixed up here. No, it is brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. Idaho Army National Guard is the best team journey out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. We hope you have a happy Halloween. Don't eat too much candy. Be ready to be back on November 1st, where we will have more action for you. But enjoy the night and enjoy your top 5 plays. Next kickoff, Durtho, wave dash toward the ball, and Instinct trying to cheat it out, but Tom is going to head way back over and actually get the shot on goal. Broncos can't rest too easy here. I want to see that again. Yeah, that is very well aimed by Tom. I mean, he had a split second before Gil tries to dunk it down into the goal. Gil gets a save. Instinct might have a breakaway play here with Durtho. Demo into the goal. How flashy is that?
Boise State now with 2 goals with a little bit under 3 minutes left. Still a dangerous area for them.
Interference with Keyano as a shot on goal is going to be dumped down from Gil. Now Boise State has to rush back. Did they rotate up too far? They did, and they paid for that.
Instinct was almost there, but he ended up only just kind of helping them there in the end. Allowing Keyano to get the first goal of the third match. Inside of the goal, so Instinct comes in. Once again, Keyano is just deflecting it, but is unable to, as Gil just bounces it into goal there.
Boise State now opens it up to a 2-goal lead, the biggest lead we have seen so far in this match, and just a weird off kind of pinch there for Boise State.
It's narrowly deflected by Instinct there. Ooh, Instinct tries to take a shot on goal. It's pretty close, and it bounces off the backboard, allowing Durtho to take it home for the first goal of the game.
That's another great start for Boise State. Bit too far of a rotation for Keyano means they're left chasing